We are now in autumn and the leaves are falling. The clock is ticking. And what does that mean? Well, what I've came to realise is we are simply creatures of habit. So I've decided to get rid of some old habits and replace them with new ones, starting right now. Here I am at the Albert Docks in Liverpool. As you can see, it's quite dark because it's still early in the morning. My wife's not with me because I've sent her shopping. The only problem is, she's got my bank card. As you can see, it's really busy and I look like an idiot walking around on my own, but that was part of the plan, the agreement I had with my wife. She said, you can go camping if I can go shopping. So now I'm stuck here all day in Liverpool. I'm now at the Titanic Museum, I think that's what it's called. It's in Liverpool and it's really good. These steps are doing my head in. I feel like I'm at the gym. It'll be worth it in the end. This is it, the Titanic. I thought it'd be a little bit bigger than that. Due to the fact that my wife conveniently decided to take my bank card with her, I had to walk around the shops with no money. I didn't mind, it was a chance for me to explore and see what goods I could buy in the future, obviously, when I got my bloody card back. I admired the view and carried on walking down the waterfront. It was wonderful. Then suddenly I saw an amazing thing. In fact, I'll share it with you now. It was a perfect statue of Billy Fury, the famous singer from the 60s. Look, it's a Tate gallery. It's where I could seek refuge. I'd fit right in there and I'd be around a lot of people, and finally I wouldn't feel alone. Look at all them boats, they're floating on thin air. It was so quiet in here, it was like a library without any books. Why are they queuing up? I might get in the queue with them. Just look at that art. It's wonderful, inspiring, enthusiastic. He looks lost. Have you seen this? The Three Glaciers, built in 1907. What a piece of architecture. Wow, the Nelson Monument from 1813. That's over 200 years old. Just look at all them balls. It's like a giant bubble bath. After my over-enthusiastic touring guide, I had to get my priorities straight and start looking for my wife before she spent any more of my money. I've now been on my diet for 100 days, and in that time I've been completely disciplined in every way possible. Well, you've got to have a cheat day, but nevertheless I've been congruent with my discipline. Let's find out how much I've actually lost. When I first started my diet, I was 16 stone 11 and my BMI was 33.3. But it's now 15 stone 7 and 30.5. I was really starting to enjoy my time in Liverpool because there was absolutely loads of things to do, and a lot of it was free. Look at her, falling asleep on the job. What a piece of art. Hey, it's Adam and Eve, they've got a lot to answer for. Look at all them dresses from the early 1900s. Wow, fashion was so good then. Wait a minute, you can buy that dress from Primark in Liverpool. I bet that's where my wife is, consuming again. I then went to the World Museum in Liverpool. It was the aqua department. It was like a disco without any music. I then came across all these skulls. Looks like he's took his diet too far. My wife just texted me to let me know that there's no need for me to stand about waiting for her all day while she's shopping. She could have told me that 5 hours ago. I'm not moaning. At least I got the chance to roam around Liverpool and I got to see all the fantastic museums that they had on offer. So now I'm on my way home and I'll pick her up in the next couple of hours. We're now in the winter months and the weather is reasonably warm. That's not to say that in December it was bloody freezing. Now that's fine because we've come to expect cold weather. We have 4 seasons and that's okay. However, unfortunately, gas prices risen by at least 27%, which is ludicrous. So unfortunately, not everybody in the UK are able to sustain that kind of expense, which creates stress. Well, let me tell you something. The biggest killer in the world is not necessarily coronavirus or cancer or any other pestilences. One of the biggest killers is heart disease. And heart disease is caused through stress, i.e., the biggest killer is stress. As you get older, you start to realise certain inalienable truths, and one of them is this. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Remember that. today I'm going to weigh myself after 175 days of being on this low calorie deprived diet. Now remember, I was 16 stone 11 pounds. I'm a bit nervous. Wish me luck. I decided to go for a walk with Harley, my Rottweiler puppy. They say that a dog loves their owner more than they love themselves, and I'd have to agree with them. Did you know Rottweilers are the 7th most intelligent breed, and my Harley is no exception. He thrives on learning, and I guess that's because they are bred to be working dogs. If you have a Rottweiler or are considering getting one, then you have to be willing to take them on plenty of walks, as if you don't, then they can end up expressing all that built up energy in the home, and you don't want that. Harley doesn't need to be disciplined because being a dog, he hasn't got any responsibility. Me and the missus take him on plenty of walks every day. We supply his food, and inevitably he can only eat when and what we give to him. In other words, he only gets what he's given. Unfortunately, being human, we get distracted, and there's lots of temptation everywhere. I remember coming here over 10 years ago, before I actually married my wife. I took her on a date. I remember thinking to myself, I should let her win the game of golf because it's the gentleman thing to do. The only problem was, she ended up being better than me. This time, there's a competition. I've just played golf with my wife, thinking that I'd beat her. It's been 10 years, but she beat me again. There was something wrong with my IQ. I knew it. Can you imagine what the overheads must be to run a place like this? We all know gas and electric's gone up, so to heat this place must cost an absolute fortune. This Trafford Centre is massive. It's made out of marble, which is very, very expensive. I wouldn't want to open a shop here. The overheads must be atrocious. It's dead posh. I've just got back from taking my wife shopping all day at the Trafford Centre in Manchester. On my way back home, She asked me who I planned to go wild camping with. And I says, well, I'll be taking the dog. Good luck with that one, she says. It's bloody freezing out there. And do you know what? I'd have to agree. It's -2 degrees tonight. It's freezing. But I'm not going to let that stop me. No chance. I'm going to prove a point. I'm going to see if the equipment that I already have will allow me to keep warm in these freezing temperatures. So tonight, I'll be camping in the garden, just using the equipment that I already have. I'm really looking forward to it. Shh. A friend once told me he was an ex-SAS soldier. He says you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. I like that.